Cool.
What's
so.
good?
You ready, sir?
Yeah.
Never since.
We're the Prave. I'm Lou. This is Josh.
So the sequence of how we kind of like named it, because we were just like, all right, we got to come up with a name. And so I just texted him at one point in all capital letters, Prave. So our band name was almost Prave. And then he was like, holy shit, I love it. And then like 5 minutes later, he was like, Julia likes La Prave.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's our name. And then it turns out that in Slovenian, La Prave, or La Prave, maybe, I don't know how they say it, but it means the right ones.
It's a very ambiguous name, so we thought we would rock with it. It also can mean like, depravity of things, kind of like a mirror. We're holding up a mirror to depravity in a way. So.
Yeah, like accepting depravity as part of the human condition, I would say. Give me the good and the bad and the ugly. Yeah, it's like that kind of like wean energy, just like it's okay, man. Like we're all at the bottom of the pit. We're already in the 9th level. Dante's Inferno.
Well, we met in 2019. We were at Numbers nightclub for a friend's show, and we ended up just talking, and throughout the years we connected, and then we recently reconnected in August.
Yes.
August of this year, 2023. Right on your birthday, That's awesome, yeah. And yeah, from there on, we just decided to try and make some music together and worked on one song, and it all just fell together perfectly. And that's pretty much how we met.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah. Met through our mutual friend Corin, who is a really awesome bass player. Mm-hmm. And he's with the Primaries, and it was like seeing Corin and how successful he was and being in all these like different things at once that like really inspired me to like, because I've been sitting on all these songs, some of what you may have heard tonight, for years, and I just haven't had so this has been like I think a long time coming, because I've had now the perfect amount of time to cultivate what these sound like and keeping it minimal, and Lou's down for it. He's down for everything that I want to do, and it's really cool. And I'm down for everything he wants to do. And we both bring like a singer-songwriter element to
Producers.
And producers as well. So
We're just down-ass foods for each other, so.
that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah. I'm Lou. I've been playing music since I was like a child, very young. But I grew up here in Houston, and I lived in Mexico. And in Mexico, I had some experiences, like band experience. I met a couple friends through bands, and got to get a little taste of what it is to be like a musician and things like that. And when I turned 17, I kind of moved out here to Houston again, because this is where I grew up, and I wanted to start a band. So I went here, finished high school here, started a couple bands when I was like 18, 17, and been playing shows ever since. And I'm bilingual, and I'm double jointed as well. So.
I haven't had as much music performance experience. I would say I had more like theater background, dance background. Just grew up with like an upbringing that I think is very indicative of the age, but also very unique. And so I don't know, I'm just grateful for all of it. I'm a musician and a cartoonist, and that's my path that I carve. That's what I do. I've been doing animation and writing and music pretty much all since I was like very, very young, and at one point or another with each thing, and I just kept with it, kept the discipline of like having a soul devouring day job as well, and just like having that drive. Like sometimes he and I, like we would, when we first started and we were working on our first release, we we were staying up until like 3 in the morning sometimes, just because we were like troubleshooting in a big way too, because it was our first song. It was his song, and I just was like producing it, doing the bass and the harmony, and just kind of like molding around it, and it turned out great, and all the hard work definitely paid off, and I can't wait to release more.
I know, and that's the thing I think that unites us together is the fact that we're both like working class guys, just kind of doing our thing ever since we were young, and I think it's pretty much what we do is we work and then we play hard.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's, you know, if you can be a high functioning drug addict, go ahead. People are gonna do what they're gonna do, so we're just gonna do what we're gonna do. And like at one point I got the comment, and I kind of took it at face value as like a compliment, but it was kind of like, you know, I don't care what anybody says, but he was like, yeah, you guys have got a lot of balls getting up there with that setup, basically. And I was just like,
you're goddamn right.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Well, for me, you know, I've been listening to just rock and punk music since I was like a teenager. Nirvana was a huge influence on me when I was younger. But more recently, I've been getting into like Nick Drake, things like The Prodigy, you know, anything that's kind of like techno, industrial, rock blend. And I think that's primarily what brings out the songwriting ability in me, because I'm self-taught. So everything doesn't have to be too flashy or technical or anything. It's more like intuitive playing, intuitive writing, comes straight from the heart. It's all pretty much self-taught. So the simpler it is, the more heartfelt it is to me. And I think that's really what drives me is my rhythm. I'm a rhythm guitarist, so I think that's the rhythm and the soul of it all. You know? At least for me, that's what happens to me. What about you, Josh?
What do you think about your father?
Can you go?
What do you think about your father?
Wow.
I'm gonna break your
This guy,
phone.
I'm sorry about this guy.
Sorry about it, man.
What do you think about your mother?
I'm gonna break that phone.